Hey everyone, GoBotch here, back today with another post-game show episode for Madden 20 franchise with the Dallas Cowboys. We got a huge 30-13 win against the Chicago Bears on the road, where we dominated pretty much every aspect of the game. We jumped out with an early lead. Chicago won the second quarter, but then we won the third and fourth without any scores allowed. So really, just altogether a good game for us. Kept them under 100 yards in each of these two categories, which I think is outstanding. Only 7 first downs allowed by our defense. And then we had, 2 turnovers each, and look at the time of possession, 35 minutes to 20 minutes. That tells you the way this game was. Cowboys, not pretty passing the ball. 300 yards passing, yes, but two picks, no touchdowns. Both guys were sacked 7 times, so just not a great game passing-wise. Rushing-wise, Pollard led the way for the Cowboys. In Zeke's absence, we're about to cover that. Go look at Zeke and see if there's any significant injuries. But 23 of 95. Cohen was 13 of 55. Dak was 3 of 20. Zeke, before his injury, was 7 and 15. Not much going there. Weber, of course, for the Cowboys. Where is he? I don't know where he's at. I know he had stuff. There he is. 5 of -1 with a touchdown. That's awkward. But the Cowboys receiving-wise, Witten led the way with 9 catches, 147 yards receiving, followed by Cooper with 6 of 83. Then Burton 5 of 68. Weber was 1 of 30. Gallup was 2 of 28. Schultz 1 of 21. Cobb 1 of 12. Just kind of mixing it up in that regard. Defensively, of course, leading tackler was Trevathan, Smith, and Clinton Dix. Of course, the Cowboys aren't going to be on that list because we weren't out there on defense very often. But we do have injury issues to worry about. I'm concerned that Zeke is out for a significant time with that dislocated shoulder, and he's back. He's okay. Okay, we're okay then. We were worried that Zeke was done, potentially for the rest of the season, and he's evidently a-okay, completely, perfectly fine and healthy. So that makes me happy to see him where he's at. So let's go ahead and advance through this week and get ready for the Rams, which will be our next episode, week 15. And we'll see what we got going on. So weekly award winners, DeMarcus Lawrence got Defensive Player of the Week for the defense in the NFC. That's awesome to see that there for him. We have some messages here. Hey, Coach, any thoughts how to handle? Yeah, we got to worry about Donald. Okay, Aaron Donald, the #1 player in the NFL, according to their thing. We gotta slow him down. I can't neutralize him probably, but we gotta slow him down. We can't let him get sacks all over the place. So we need to audible to max protect at the line of scrimmage to prevent sacks. So we need to think about that. Give up 2 or fewer sacks. Oh my God, that's not gonna happen. You kidding me? Okay, hey Coach, what's the plan for Todd Gurley? Slow him down. Again, same thing. Slow his butt down. Don't let him beat you. We'll see what we can do there. Let him 1 touchdown or fewer on the ground. Okay, we're going to try that. We'll see how that goes for him. But let's sim through the training for this week. Getting ready for this tough game it's going to be, but let's sim through this. Get our bronze medals in. Oh, man. I'm eager for this next game, but I'm also scared because I just know this is one of those games, one of those teams. They're 6-7 this year, but we know they're a capable opponent and they can beat us. We're 11-2 again on this season. We've locked up our division. Let's go ahead and division by division and look at it. So the Browns now are 10-3 on the year, on their way to winning that division in the North. The South is led by the 9-4 Colts. The East is led by the 8-5 Patriots. And the West is led by the 10-3 Chargers. The Chiefs right on their heels. And then the North for the Packers now with a little bit of space, 10-3 leading that division. The South led by the 10-3 Saints, y'all. They're 10-3. They got a loss. Who helped us out, man? Somebody helped us out because now we are leading the NFL at 11-2. We are the #1 team in the NFL, ladies and gentlemen. That means if everything holds this way, we will be the #1 team with obviously a first-round bye, but home field advantage through the playoffs heading to the Super Bowl. That's what we want. Hopefully that's what we're getting. For the Cowboys, you see Dak now in top 12 in passing. Zeke, with the injury, is second in rushing in the league now. Let's go ahead and look at some of the league leaders and things. Let's look at the receiving numbers here. So Witten's still our top receiver and in that category as well. Cooper's climbing up that list a little bit more. I wanted Gallup to climb up there a little bit more as well, but we'll see how that all shapes out. Let's go to the league leaders, though, for the league. And there we are. Okay. So Phillip Rivers almost has 4,000 yards passing already at this point. 40 touchdowns for Drew Brees leads the way. The top pick guy in the league is still Fitzpatrick, 17-16. That's unfortunate to see right there, man. They are struggling out there badly. Kareem Hunt leading the league in rushing. Saquon Barkley's behind Zeke, Top 3 rushers there with over 1,100 yards each. Top touchdown man is Barkley and Kareem Hunt, each with 12. Receiving wise is still Julio Jones all by himself. 1,200 yards receiving is crazy. And then Thomas, Rodgers, and Ellington all have 11 touchdowns receiving this year. Going to the defensive side of the game, Jewell and Smith are now tied at 115 tackles apiece. Smith has 16 tackles for a loss. That's second behind Derek Wolfe. And then the sack leader, it's a man all by himself. 28.5 sacks. DeMarcus Lawrence breaks the record, ladies and gentlemen. How about that guy doing his thing he's doing right now in the NFL? That's an all-time record. We go to the NFL, single season for defense sacks. DeMarcus Lawrence all by himself, ladies and gentlemen, and that will be probably in the 30s when it's all said and done. Makes my heart happy. It really does. Looking at some of the league news, different things going on here. Heisman. Terrence Giles, add his name to the brief list of Heisman players. Okay, keep an eye on that. Anything else going on here? Of course, turnovers don't hurt. Okay. Minnie, what are you meowing about over there? My cat's excited for this next game we're getting ready for, y'all. All right, the Jets needed Sam Darnold. Did the Dolphins win by chance? Let's go look. They won! The Dolphins won a game, ladies and gentlemen. How about that? Good for them. They finally got in the win column, y'all. And that makes me happy to see that as well. So, what we got coming up is the Rams. They're 6-7 on the year. Let's go scout them out a little bit before we close out this episode. Because again, I don't care if they're 6-7 or not. They're gonna be a difficult team for us. We all know that the Rams are a challenging team. Jared Goff, this year, 3,100 yards passing, 20 touchdowns, 8 picks, 57% passing through. Blake Bortles is the backup. How about that? He used to be a really good. For a couple of years anyway, out of college, he was a good fantasy quarterback. Not anymore. Todd Gurley, he's not having the type of year you typically expect out of him. Not even over 1,000 yards this year and 7 touchdowns, which is kind of interesting to see. We also got Darrell Henderson Jr. splitting some carries there, as well as Malcolm Brown. So expect the running game to be pretty stout. You got Brandon Cooks to worry about through the air, as well as Cooper Kupp, Tyler Higbee, Robert Woods, and Todd Gurley the second. Some guys you got to really worry about spreading that rock around. Defensively, top guys, Bryce Hager, 87 tackles in the league, as well as Talib. Got to worry about him. Anybody really good tackler out there? Aaron Donald, yes. Can't forget about Aaron Donald. He's going to bring it. 10.5 sacks this season. Talib also has 4 picks. That leads them right now. So I think their defense will be better. I think their offense is just looking at league leader-wise. Offensively, they're not the top in the league. They're not in the bottom of the league, but we are. Okay, right now we're the top team offensively in the league. For them, just looking at total yards offense, they're not anywhere there. Passing-wise, they're not there. Rushing, no. So they're not anywhere we really worry about that. Defensively, yards allowed, they're not one of the worst, and they're not one of the best. Okay, what about passing-wise? Okay. Trying to find the Rams somewhere on here. Nowhere. Nowhere in the top or the worst. So that's good to see for us. Do they have a lot of fumbles? No. Do they get a lot of picks? No. Okay, so really I guess they're just kind of a middle ground runner. They're not really doing anything too crazy, too much. Let's see. League schedule. Let's look at all the games coming up. So let's see what the Saints have coming up, because we need the Saints to get another loss if possible. They got the Colts. That's going to be a tough game. Monday Night Football. Saints-Colts. We need the Saints to get another loss to give us even more room to breathe, because we got this in Week 15, and then 16 and 17. I'd like to already have everything kind of wrapped up, because in Week 16, second half, if we had the game wrapped up, I'd like to be able to rest some starters against the Eagles. And week 17, I don't want any starters to really have to play that are primary guys for us. So that's what we're looking at in the road ahead. Stay tuned for Wednesday for the next episode for the Cowboy franchise here, as week 15, Cowboys will host the Rams at 6-7 and look to get their 12th win and maybe even solidify a number 1 seed in the NFC. But thanks so much for watching this post-game show. If you enjoyed it, leave a thumbs up, comment down below, hit that notification bell so you never miss any content, and feel free to subscribe. But thanks so much for tuning in. You all have an outstanding day, and we'll see you back here in the next video. Y'all take it easy.